The realities of life, real talk, real issues, real people, topical facts as it affects the environment. Join your humble presenter, Sir James, as he brings you your exposure, the facts of life, every week, from your best companion, AYO Radio, broadcasting live in UK and Nigeria at www.ayororadiouk.com. It's nothing but the facts of life. The realities of life, real talk, real issues, real people, topical facts as it affects the environment. Join your humble presenter, Sir James, as he brings your exposure, the facts of life, every week, from your best companion, AYO Radio, broadcasting live in UK and Nigeria at www.ayororadiouk.com. It's nothing but the facts of life. It is nothing but a fact of life. And this has a very good day to you, our dear listeners of the realities of life. From the stable of AYO Radio UK and Nigeria, I say welcome to today's program, The Realities of Life, by your own presenter, Sir James. I say welcome. Today we shall be talking on the a hot issue happening in our country, Nigeria, which is the election coming up on the 16th of February 2019, which is this Saturday, tomorrow, because today is 15th of February, Friday. So I believe so many of you are aware of this year's election. If you look at in the past few weeks, the campaigning has been so rousy and so hot in so many states. See the parties and the candidates going to so many various states to campaign. To encourage and convince their electorate so as to vote them into the position. You see that it's been so hot, and I assure you that this week's one must have been so much hot because this week is gonna be the grand finale of all that they've been doing. So it's been a great one, and today, like I said, it's gonna be an interesting one. Talking on the topical issue, the topical point, which is election and the people, election and the government. Election and the people, election and the government. So let us quickly go on this commercial break. We should drive back. The realities of life, real talk, real issues, real people, topical facts as it affects the environment. Join your humble presenter, Sir James, as he brings your exposure, the facts of life, every week, from your best companion, AYO Radio, broadcasting live in UK and Nigeria at www.ayororadiouk.com. It's nothing but the facts of life. There is a state in your country bringing them to your exposure and to your knowledge. The Realities of Life program from the stable AYO Radio UK Nigeria. I'm just laughing because something is really happening here. So funny. I can see campaign happening here and there from the studio here. It's funny, and that's how we bring it to your exposure because it's been funny. How far it's been going in our country, Nigeria here. It's been so funny, and I believe some of you are abroad must have been following us live through the social media, looking at it and then see how fun it's been in our country, Nigeria here. Our politicians are so much vibrant and intelligent when it comes to campaigning. It's so funny. Yes, before I continue on today's program, I have a preamble I want us to listen to and use to bring to understand the preamble. Now, on today's program, I want us to look at this. We have something called market. A market is a place where buying and selling takes place, but it involves more than that. It involves sellers and buyers. If you do not have sellers, how can you have a buyer? And if you do not have buyer, then what is the useless of a seller? And another thing that you find in the marketplace is called products. Now, to make these products move is what advert it comes into place. Now, this advert is not only the one that is done in a radio station or TV channel. This one is done by the sellers so as to convince the passerbys or those coming into the market with the intention of buying one or two things. Now, they do this advert to convince the buyer so as to, to be attracted by what they sell or what they intend buying. This is called advert. Now, you'd agree with me that in so many markets in our country, Nigeria, they have some of them, have a scheduled dates for what I call major market day. Market days. Some have theirs once in 7 days, some have theirs once in two months, some have theirs once in a month, and some have theirs once in 14 days. Different ways. Now, in these different days, you realize that in those major market days, these sellers come with their normal, usual products, but then those who list their customer, they continue to improve in their advert strategy so as to to get clients in, to get their business. This is called an advert. They are trying to advertise their product using different strategies to get the attentions of the passerby or customers to buy their products. These are market strategies or business strategy that we can say in a market square. These are what happens in a market square. So I'm using this preamble to introduce to you the campaign happening in our country, Nigeria. Like I said, markets have their different times when they do their market day, major market day. That is how we can also find it in our election, especially when it comes to campaigning. It's done in every 4 years. In our country, Nigeria, here, it's done every once in 4 years. And that's why you can see so many campaigns happening here and there, because this is time of their market to sell their product. And what is their product? It is the position that they want to get. That is their product. So they must use this to convince the electorate, which is you and I. That is why you can see so many campaigns going there here and there, speaking this, promising this, propaganda, so many things trying to convince their electorate. Now, before I continue, I must let you know that I have a guest in our studio today. Before I introduce him to our studio, let's quickly listen to this that I have for you as for this coming election. Now, the election, in case if you do not know, you've forgotten, will be coming up on the 16th of February 2019, which will be on Saturday. And the governorship election will be coming up on the 2nd of March 2019. Please be aware. If you have your voter's card, get your mind and your everything prepared for that. Now, before this election, there are something that we need to know. That it is a day that's set aside like a public holiday. So it is rare to get access to some things that will be useful to us as a human. And some of these are food. So it is advisable to get your home stocked with food before this election day, which will be on 16th. Get your home stocked with food so that you not go stranded or starved of food. The other one is cast your vote on this election day. Ensure to cast your vote at once, because according to the INEC officials, they've set out a vote that if you're not careful and you're found guilty of any crime, you might be imprisoned or charged for it. So please, let's ensure that we cast our vote at once. And once you've cast your vote, the next one is you just try to leave the polling unit and go safely to your home. The other one is always be active to the news. So try as much as possible to listen to the news, not to be misinformed. It's very, very important. Always minimize moving around with your family, your friends, or any social gathering. Minimize this kind of gathering, because this is election period where we see so many things happening, both the good and the bad. And sometimes if you're not careful, even what you don't know about, you get yourself involved or victim of it. So for us not to be victimized of all these things, we must ensure that we are properly cultured of. It's very, very important. And this one is on the medical aspect. That for those of you that have a medical person, maybe health issue or pregnancy or whatever, even aside from that, ordinarily you should have your medical personnel number, which I will say doctor or your nurse, in case of any necessity, because on that day it might be hard to get in touch with them. That is one thing that you should do as to this election period. Now, things you should not do on this election day or for this election day. The first is on that day, when you get to the polling unit, ensure not to argue with anyone, which is avoid arguments. Argument is not good in the polling unit. It can be implicating. So please do ensure not to be involved in any argument, section that happens over there. Rather, move away from their environment, because if you're not careful, it might lead to havoc. And once it leads to havoc, even the innocent becomes victimized of what is not even aware of. Now, the other one is what some of us don't really know. If you have your political party uniform, do ensure not to go in it on this voting day. If you have any political party uniform, please do not go with any. Just go in your mufti for safety reasons. It's very, very important. Don't keep late at night. It's very important. Do not keep late at night. Now, do not disclose your preferred candidate on this election day. If you are voting for Mr. A, please do not disclose it to anybody. It is very important for safety reasons. And do not move about with a huge amount of money, like cash, 100,000, 50,000, 20. You have to be careful of all this, because we do not know who is who. Be conscious of unusual gathering. You are a place that you are not called upon. Please do ensure not to be involved in it. Just go safely and mind your business. So avoid election violence. It is very important, because your life is in your hands. The people you are fighting for, they are already secured by themselves. So why are you killing yourself over nothing? So it's very important. And also avoid moving around with expensive gadgets like a laptop, your palm top, and expensive things that I think they are so much expensive. Do not move around with them. Keep them at home. Keep them where you think they are safe. And this lesson I will tell you is about your children. To our parents, please speak to your children, not to move to where you do not see them to. If you are going to vote and they will be at home, do ensure they are at home. But please do not lock them to the extent that they will not be accessible to outside because of any necessity, or in case of any service that might be needed. So it's very important. You do not imprison them unnecessarily. Rather, just try to encourage them to be safe and sound at home, not to be involved in anything. That is what I'll be sharing with you today. Before I introduce to you our guest today, is I don't know. We'll be analyzing on the topical issues today, which is election and the government, election and the people. Before I introduce our guest today in our studio, I will go on this commercial break, and when we are back, I will introduce to you who is with us today in our studio. The realities of life, real talk, real issues, real people, topical facts as it affects the environment. Join your other presenter, Sir James, as he brings to your exposure the facts of life every week from your best companion, AYO Radio, broadcasting live in UK and Nigeria at www.ayoradio.uk.com. It's nothing but the facts of life. Yes, it's nothing but the facts of life, the realities of life. Do not forget you're listening to the Realities of Life program by your humble presenter, SIRJAMES, Sir James, your humble presenter. From the stable of AYO Radio, broadcasting both in Nigeria and UK. You can listen via your social handles, just type AYO Radio and you can listen live. You can also contribute to our programs, series of programs. Yeah, DJ Ali Journalist or AYO Radio W.com. So that is what we have today. And like I said, we have our guest in our studio. I don't know, he's an engineer and he's a public comic reliever. He's a comic reliever publicly, and he's also a motivational speaker. Yes, in the person of Mr. Emmanuel Savior. You're welcome, Mr. Emmanuel Savior, to our program, The Realities of Life. May we hear you?
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much for having me. I'm really proud to be in the studio with Sir James. I'm a regular listener and a proud listener of this program, Reality of Life, because it has touched my life, it has impacted my life in so much ways. So I think being on this program is like a dream come true.
Right, you're welcome. Yes, and I believe those listening to us outside here are also happy to have you in our studio, because they must have been, feeling happy with the touch voice we have. So welcome, Mr. Emmanuel Savior. Today, like you heard in the preamble, talking on the election and the government, election and the people. So many campaigns have been happening in our country, Nigeria. Here and there, you see politicians campaigning here and there, trying to attract the attention of the electorate. Now, looking at it, campaign has been happening in so many years back, which I believe you must have experienced once or twice or thrice. I do not know your age. So I believe you must have experienced so many of policy. You must have been attracted. Growing as you're growing, you are being exposed more, being matured more to understand what is happening in when you talk about during election period and what happens. Now, what can you say compared to now? Do you think from then till now there have been good improvements? The system that is being used in campaigning now and then has there been a good improvement, or do you think there's still continuity of that same system now and then? What's your take on that?
Yeah, there are many improvements on the side of INEC and on the side of the electorate. Like seriously, this
Now,
INEC.
so how do you say about the INEC? Have they improved? Have they improved? Is it that they've improved in changing the personalities involved in INEC or official board or what?
Like what I mean by
Okay.
they improved in INEC, it has to do a lot with the electoral body. Like the way they sensitize them, create awareness, and make sure there's no much corruption when it comes to elections.
So which means the system has been improved.
Yeah.
Because that is what we must talk about. When we say all these things have been observed, that is the systematic aspect of the officials, which means the system that is being used now has been improved for the standard of the election.
Exactly. While on the side of the electorate, like we the people, we have been able to get off that party stuff. Like any person who is not doing well, we just decide immediately on who to remove and who to fix. That's how Nigeria is being wired now.
All right. Another question I must have with you is that you realize that so many campaigns that has been happening in so many states, we have this crowd trooping out to support. Would I say to support or to attend the campaign rally or listen or to be present at the campaign rally? Let me put it that way. To be present at the campaign rally. Now the question I want to ask is, do you think these people are really coming with a good intention, or they are just coming to fill up the environment or to deceive the politicians? What's your take on that as compared to what have been happening in a few weeks ago?
To some extent, it has so many meaning. Like let me say two now. The first one is it simply shows that we have many unemployed in Nigeria, like many jobless people in Nigeria. Because on a working day, I don't expect so much crowd to be on a campaign ground by that time.
But we can look at it that they might be sacrificing their time and their work.
There is no office. There is no office that would job to go and campaign.
So which means, are you telling me now that the standard of living in Nigeria
it's just too low.
Now is low? So people will still have majority as jobless, and so which means the promise that has been made then and now, there's no change in it. It has not really impacted into the crowd.
We have
such a crowd.
It's no more muted
to a campaign ground.
Exactly. On the other hand, now, let me say they are great nationalists, devoted Nigerians who want to ensure that Nigeria gets better. Like going out to, let me just say, jobless people who need jobs, just go out there to campaign this in a very nice way. So I think it's okay. It's okay to exercise your rights.
Okay, so you are saying that people coming out they are not actually deceiving the politicians whom they are coming to associate with, and they are trying to solidarity.
Yes, exactly. On another side now, most of them just came out just because of the promises and the little bribe they will get.
All right. On that note, let me also ask. if you're saying bribe, okay. Now on that note, looking at promises being made during election period, do you think then and now have there been this great improvement? As an individual, I really convinced that the promises being made by politicians and some who are so-called politicians, because we have some who are actually politicians and we have some who are actually called so-called politicians rather. Do you think people will be convinced of the of the campaigns being made and promises being made by these politicians in the forthcoming election?
Sir James, I will not lie to you. On a more sincere note now, Nigerians, especially me, let me speak for myself. I'm not moved by any promises anymore because we've had a lot of promises. We'll do this, we'll do this. Even before this previous election, I heard so many promises that Nigeria will use light, use power, and so on, good road. But we tend to fail in that part. The promises are just fake until they do it.
Okay, I think that's a great ending. So which means you are saying that the action is what is
Needed,
and
not just the words.
So what is being done now? Going there saying, "Oh, I will provide Gary, I will provide television, I will provide local
Their manifesto
all
is
these
always
things
too
now.
good.
We're just saying all these things now. They are saying it for saying sake or for the sake of campaigning.
Just for campaign, just to win our mind and our hearts for election. But we, especially me on my own, I'm not really moved. And so far so good. All those promises have led us nowhere, and we need somebody who can talk and do, not just someone who just promise for nothing.
All right, so let's go on this commercial break. When we are back, we would look into how the people has really been touched when we talk about campaigning in our country, Nigeria. Don't forget you are still listening to the realities of life with your own presenters, and today our guest has been Mr. Emmanuel Great or Pretty Bobo. He's an engineer and a public comic reliever. Stay tuned to the realities of life. The realities of life, real talk, real issues, real people, topical facts as it affects the environment. Join your humble presenter, Sir James, as he brings you your exposure, the facts of life, every week, from your best companion, AYO Radio, broadcasting live in UK and Nigeria at www.aydoradiouk.com. It's nothing but the facts of life. All right. Now, I want to quickly ask this question. During the time of registration of PVC, we must talk about that. PVC and collection of PVC. What's your take on the INEC officials? As in, like I heard now, they said they have card readers, to make it more technical, where you can vote anywhere you find yourself. This is not where you collect your registration and where your insurance is being done is where you have to where you have to do your voting. Now, do you think the election, the INEC officials has done it in a great way, as introducing this? And what's your take on the turnout of people this time around to come and register or to collect their PVC? Has it been so impressive to you as an individual?
Yeah, it has been very impressive. Like the INEC, that's why I said the INEC have been really improved. Like if you check the developed country, that's how it's been done. Like the card reader stuff, they don't really use the old form which we use formerly. But now INEC have really improved in their own way. But in Nigeria, the way the country is being wired, we must always have some bad eggs. Like sincerely, before I could be able to get my PVC, it was very difficult because some people just make it very difficult for you. Like in the INEC office, out of 12, you still see one Judas, So those kind of people now, they make it very difficult for some people to get their PVC
from them. So this one we're talking about, like it's just individual basis.
Yes, individual basis.
It's not on the organization itself.
Yeah.
On the individual basis.
They really improved, but on the individual level now, like some bad eggs are still.
Now, are you so much convinced that on this forthcoming election you would have a massive crowd coming out to vote?
Sincere.
Now, looking at this, the insecurity aspect of our country, Nigeria, although it has minimized, but then that uncertainty is still existing. In so many person's mind that we do not know what would happen, how it would happen, and where it will come from. Do you think people will be so so bold enough to come out to vote in this forthcoming election, 16th?
Sir James, people are no longer scared of death. Like hungry alone is enough to kill people. So we need to go out, and I think people will really turn up based on the campaign now and checking on the. So that's how this election is so going to be, because I also am going with my full family to vote. As soon as you are 18, you get your PVC and we are going to vote. That's all.
Because when you said full family, I wanted to ask, that's what baby is it going
No,
on?
no, 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 no. According to the age
So,
now, why?
all right, don't forget you're still on with the Realities of Life program with your own presenter, Sir James. And today, political analyst, or if I may call the hot topic today, analyst has been Mr. Great Emmanuel or Emmanuel Great,
Yeah,
Emmanuel
so
Savior, anyone you can call
So
it.
happy to
Yes,
be here.
you know, in Nigeria we bear some varieties of names. So even when you call the child itself, so you call and say this name, you go say,
It's my
that's
name.
my name
It's
again.
my name.
The guy will confuse. You will see a child bearing 15 kind of name. Well, that's just
That's an aside.
digress. So today we'll be talking on the election and the people, election and the government. Now looking at that election aspect again, you see, so many persons have been, have been looking at it that, oh, I am voting for social person, I am voting for social person. According to you, do you think people should vote for us to look into individualism or to look into the political party before you can vote? What's your take on that?
I sincerely believe we shouldn't look into the political reason, because there are some cabals that will be controlling your mindset. And at the end of the day, as soon as if you check the political parties now, if you are using, if that's your basis of election, voting, they will end up enriching the political party, and you still remain very broke and poor. But if you check on the personality, I think the person in question will be able to deliver well on its own, because the political party are not the one ruling the country. It's that person that should be ruling the country. So I think we shouldn't check the political party.
So from your own kind of idea, or if I may say advice, is that the electorate should look into personality, not the party in question.
No.
So which means we can go to, in a particular system, you have a party A, you go to another state, you have party B. Not necessarily that you have majority of party A.
No. It doesn't work that way.
That's very great, and that's what I want our Nigerians to have in mind, that it is not necessary that in this our country, Nigeria, we see that, oh, because the federal is having party A, then we must ensure that all the states must have party A. No, it doesn't work that way, because what you are dealing with is leadership as an individual in this kind of scene. So it is very, very important we understand whom we are voting for. It's very important. Do not vote for party, but vote for individual. It's been a great pleasure today with your humble presenter, Sir James, and it's been a great pleasure having with us a guest in the studio, Mr. Emmanuel Great, Emmanuel Great or Emmanuel Savior, anyhow.
That's me.
He's an engineer. He's a public comic reliever. You can reach him in different ways. But before I round off, you can also reach me on my own social handle to continue the debate. The debate and analysis, via Facebook, which is JayCeeNWakanma JC Nwakama on Facebook, and on Instagram also. You can also reach him. Then you can also reach us as DJ Ali Journalist. I repeat, DJ Ali Journalist. To reach us on Facebook or at AYO Radio UK. Now you can also our guest today is a comic reliever and is also an engineer. So maybe I don't know.
On the normal way, my profession, engineer. There they call me Mr. Emmanuel Great, but when it comes to comedy, I am being called Great Bobo. So you can follow me up on Facebook, Instagram, and every other social media. Great Bobo, GREATYBOBO.
Alright, B-O, that is Bobo. Am I correct, Bobo? Okay. Now I wonder why you become Papa.
Then I'll be Baba.
Alright, so it's been a great pleasure, like I said today, on the Realities of Life program. It's a program where we will bring to you, topical issues, how it affects us and the country. So it's broadcast both in Nigeria and UK from the stable of AYO Radio UK. Let's quickly go on this commercial break. We should be right back to round off. Or possibly, okay, I should be rounding off now because of our time. So I see you, your own presenter, Sir James. You can reach me on 090 7650 2719. 090 7650 2719. Thank you for listening. Till I come your way again next week. Bye for now. The reality. realities of life, real talk, real issues, real people, topical facts as it affects the environment. Join your humble presenter, Sir James, as he brings to your exposure the facts of life every week from your best companion, AYO Radio, broadcasting live in UK and Nigeria at www.ayororadiouk.com. It's nothing but the facts of life.
Yeah, thank you very much to all the listeners.
The realities of life, real talk, real issues, real people, topical facts as it affects the environment. Join your humble presenter, Sir James, as he brings to your exposure the facts of life every week from your best companion, AYO Radio, broadcasting live in UK and Nigeria at www.ayororadiouk.com.
Thank you so much, dear Sir James, there for you talking about the election that we are having tomorrow. Please, ladies and gentlemen, like he clearly stated, what to do and what not to do on the election day, Saturday, the 16th of February. Please pay attention. And if you missed that, if you're just joining us, you can also go back to Facebook and watch us. It's going to be there now, live. Obviously, you're watching a repeat of it. Please, ladies and gentlemen, you need to listen to this program from Sir James. Yes, we are now going to switch back to Tuning Radio, where we will be bringing you program 24/7. Trust me, it's going to be fantastic today. And I'm so excited. It's Friday. You know what they say about Friday. You have to thank God. You must thank God. It's Friday. Yes. I'm just going to tell you that we have other fantastic program today. So please don't touch the dial. Keep it locked. Because guess who's coming on next? And guess who is coming on later on? Today we have lots of program coming on here on AYO Radio, United Kingdom. Please, I beg you, you don't want to miss any of this program. Trust me, because they are making sense, especially now that the election is just tomorrow. You understand? Is it not funny that the election is just tomorrow? Is it not weary? You understand? And we never know what's going to be coming from our dear Buhari, dear Atiku, dear Showore, dear Alistair Shoyode. Yes, is it Shoyode? Yes, I think it's Alistair Shoyode, the chairman of Ben Television UK. Yes, at 11 o'clock today, we have Sasi coming up with the government and the people. Sugar, Hidden Voices. You've just listened to Sir James. And also MC Beta is coming on later on. Please do not touch the dial. Keep it locked on your friendly radio station, the radio station with charisma, AYO Radio, United Kingdom. Yes, we are the station with the best charisma.